I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. I have a conundrum. Democrats are widely criticized for campaign messaging that sounds more like professor and less like neighbor. Meanwhile, too many Republicans win their elections by saying absolutely nothing while sounding like your neighbor. The thing is, what I'm about to say really needs to be said. So I'm going to try and sound like your neighbor instead of your professor. After you hear it, let me know if I pulled it off. One of the problems with most candidates, incumbent or not, is that they simply spew consultant-tested talking points. That's my belief that anybody in or wanting to be in elected office has a responsibility to educate voters about things the voters might not know about, or maybe they're misinformed about. Now, granted, some politicians aren't very knowledgeable about a lot of things, and they don't have anything besides their talking points. But anybody who is worthy of any office studies issues and shares actual knowledge with voters. I don't make videos about comments on my videos, but I'm going to make an exception today so I can share some knowledge. I have a Facebook ad running in which I mention Trump's cuts to Medicaid. Now, Ann here says that the only people cut off from Medicaid are, quote, illegals. And believe it or not, I think I know this Ann. We haven't talked in about 30 years. She grew up in my dad's era. If this is the same Ann, I can see how she would be misinformed about Medicaid cuts. See, she's always lived a life of privilege. The kind of privilege that builds a fancy house and puts a big cross in one room so she can say it's a church and then get a tax break. She's also the kind of person that gets all of her political information from Fox News and Republican politicians. You know, the ones who always want us to be afraid of something instead of fighting to make government serve its citizens again. Well, Ann, since you've never had to choose between medicine and food, since you've never wondered if you can keep a roof over your head, let me tell you something Fox News and your favorite Republicans aren't telling you. More than 10 million Americans rely on Medicaid to pay their Medicare Part B premiums. When these Medicaid cuts hit, many retirees found themselves with much smaller Social Security checks because their premiums were automatically deducted after Medicaid stopped paying them. Between 4,000 and 5,000 people in our House district, which is one of the older aged and lowest income districts in Colorado, fits into this category. Retired citizens, not immigrants, citizens found themselves suddenly unable to pay for rent or medicine or food. Citizens, not what you're calling illegals. People who were born here, many of which have ancestors who helped build this country. They are the ones who were cut from Medicaid. As for those human beings that you refer to as illegals, none of them qualify for or get Medicaid. And maybe you should spend some time reading Matthew 25:35, since you have a church and all. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. But this video isn't for you. It's for the people who hear the right-wing propaganda and are open to learning more. How'd I do? Did I pull it off? Good day.